You was with a billionaire with all this bread all this time, and then you went followed your heart to with a trainer. That motherfucking apartment got smiled in the bitch. Now I'm healed and I can talk about it. I want to expose niggas in my books. You did that. You participated. You ain't say for nothing. You did that. So stand on that, man. Quit trying to expose people for money. Like
the women want to have 100% control of how they operate. If you want to have 100% of the control of how you operate, then you should have 100% of control of how you defend how you operate.
That sounds ridiculous.
And it's not looking like you thought it would look. They're actually more so understanding what Joe's going through.
Well, then someone needs to help him then. Shaq, can you get a Papa John's?
Wow. Okay. Kiss, that was wrong. Joe?
Yeah, I'm out, y'all.
Joe?
I'm out, y'all.
Kiss.
What was wrong about that?
But what we have to do as men, when she feels like we're going in circles around the same conversation, you know what? Run it.
Mm-hmm.
Run it. We're going to keep talking about this thing till we figure it out.
Hey, welcome back to Black Press. Thank you for watching. Please like, comment, share, and subscribe.
Now let's get to it.
Hey, welcome back. I'm your girl Trish.
And I'm your boy, Mr. Define.
And we are
Black Press.
If this is your first time watching, please remember to like, comment, share, and
subscribe.
All right, so let's jump into it.
Yes, ma'am. So, you asked me what I got. You want to talk about this? What you got?
Oh, we both want to talk about this because it's on everywhere now.
I know, but you'd be like, what you got? I'd be like, wait a minute, we talked about this.
What's in your pocket?
It's your story.
Let's know.
It's your story.
All right, so we have Diddy and Cassie finally settling. It only happened like 2 days at the most.
Yeah.
And then they just settled. But it settled out of court, and both parties said they wanted to do the best, and they wanted to work in the best interest for them and their family. So
I bet you there's a lot of men that would love if a divorce happened that quick. Like, all right, look, you filed for it. Let's get it done with.
Yeah. I think a lot of people would like it'd be over and done with.
Yeah.
Like everybody wants a fast resolution because who wants to get dragged all the way through? And now all this stuff is coming out. Like it's like he has secrets.
But that's why he settled so quick.
Yeah, you don't want all your stuff to be drawn out.
If she brought this much to the table in just the actual paperwork to file, how much more she got?
Yeah, she knows some stuff, but now
she know a lot.
Yeah,
like they was together for like 13 years. She know a lot, especially at the beginning of his career, and it makes sense because at the beginning of your career is when you have to do the most work.
Yeah,
because you're trying to establish an actual foundation for how you're gonna proceed for the rest of your business conglomerate or corporation.
Yeah.
So he, especially in the music industry, and especially for a black man trying to come up, you gotta put in a lot of work.
Yeah. And it doesn't look like he's handling it well because they caught like footage of him outside of his home, and it looks like he's kind of like emotional.
Is it right? I don't know. Like he's just chilling.
It does, but if you look at body language, and when you have your hand over your head, you either chilling or you stressing.
Yeah.
With all the stuff that just happened, it's more than likely stress. And then in the video, his assistant shows her the phone and he has his hand over his face.
Just relaxing. It just seems like I said, such is life. Like,
Mm-hmm.
I don't know how many times I sit down in my chair, whether it be outside or in the office, and I'm just like, oh, because the problem is,
Mm-hmm.
and this is what real men, this is what like vision progressing men have to go with. Like, oh my gosh, I've done this,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm trying to move forward to this,
Yeah.
but a lot of people that are not pushing in the same way that other men are pushing,
Mm-hmm.
they don't realize that it's heavy is the burden of success.
Mm-hmm.
Like heavy is the heavy is the crown. Heavy is the head that wears the crown.
Mm-hmm.
The burden of knowing that you are capable of doing more
Mm-hmm.
and doing it
Mm-hmm.
is a lot greater than a lot of people think. Like you can look at Diddy and be like, okay, he got everything.
Mm-hmm.
What kind of stresses could you have? They stresses to get to there, and then you think that the stress that I put up with to get there is going to be alleviated by me getting there.
Yeah.
But that's not the case, because when I get there, there's just another level of stress that's waiting on me
Mm-hmm.
when I get there.
That's why Biggie said, "More money, more problems."
Yes, but it's also how you get there.
Mm-hmm.
So if you get there off of trauma and off of, you know, backstabbing things
Yeah.
and traumatizing the woman that you're with, if
Mhm.
she's traumatized and she's with you, then you getting there is going to leave more on your shoulders and on your thought process when
Mhm.
you get there.
Yeah.
And that's what he's going through.
Yeah. But there's not a lot of people there's, two sides to every story.
Yeah.
And there's other people coming out and speaking on it and their version, they're like, why did she wait so long to come out? Is it it's questionable. It's to public opinion.
Yeah, I'll
So
tell you why she waited so long to come out.
mhm.
And we all know it,
Mhm.
and everybody wants to say is victim shaming to say it.
Mhm.
But she was waiting to see if she could receive success by saying less.
Yeah.
And when she didn't receive success and she realized that it wasn't going to progress into a future of success,
Mhm.
first she faded off into the background.
Yeah. But it's weird cuz why would she want his money if he was so detrimental to her life? Like you wouldn't want nothing.
Yes, you
You
would.
you wouldn't want somebody to give you something if they cause you so much harm. You want to pain them, of course. But what does the money do for you?
Okay, they made a whole series off of it, though. Like Aaron Brockovich.
Mhm.
Aaron Brockovich is literally making those companies pay for the
Mhm.
harm that they cause to others.
Yeah.
Those others receive financial benefit
Mhm.
because of the lawsuits.
Yeah.
So to say, yes, you have pain,
Mhm.
but the lawsuit does two things. It makes it harder for that company or that person to do the same thing again.
Yeah.
It also gives you some financial benefit to alleviate
Any stress that
the stress
okay.
the stress that it would cause you to go through more work.
Yeah.
Like if I got 30 million in the bank, I don't have to go to work and I can
And she
deal
could
with my stress
recover
better.
therapy. Okay.
Yes.
It makes sense. Yeah.
So that's what it is. Hey, you put me through so much stress. I don't want to have to work for the rest of my life.
Yeah. I need Okay, that makes sense.
Yeah.
It makes sense. I always wonder because somebody they hurt you bad enough. You
Yeah.
want you don't want to have you just want to disassociate from them. You don't want nothing from them. But if it's something that you can get from them to get back your time that was wasted,
and then she probably signed an NDA.
Yeah.
I would say it was 9.9999% that she didn't sign it. I mean that she signed it.
Yeah.
So she signed the NDA. So now I don't have to talk about it, but I can still create a comfortable life for myself where I don't have to talk about it.
Yeah, and
because there was rumors like that she had a book lined up. So if I don't have to put this book out, that means I don't have to.
Share the most intricate details of her life.
Yeah,
yeah. Some of that stuff.
I don't have to advertise. I don't have to go on a trail. I don't have to prepare for it. Like if I don't finish the book, then I don't have to go out and talk about the book, which means I don't have to relive this thing like Jada Pinkett 100 times.
Yeah. It's worse when you write a book about it because then you have to go and promote it, or you exactly get to answer questions.
Because if I don't go and promote it, then guess what happens? I'm still broke. I'm broke physically. I'm broke emotionally, and I'm broke on a social platform. So she got what she needed, but what it does is, was there another video?
There's Slim Thug. He spoke on it.
Yeah,
we can hear his views on it.
We can hear about him. You gotta tell me. I know I'll be talking.
Coming back and getting Bill Cosby, coming back and getting Puff. I don't believe in that, man. When shit go down, speak on that shit right then, or it's out of it. It should be null and void. You shouldn't even have no type of nothing. You shouldn't be able to do shit unless you let the people know what happened immediately. There should be a time limit on this shit. What happened was you got around them motherfuckers stand up on love shit. This is what happened. I'm gonna tell you what always happened, right? You was with a billionaire with all this bread all this time, and then you followed your heart to with a trainer. That motherfucker apartment got smiled in the bitch, that lifestyle fell off, now it's struggle time, the love wearing off, and now you trying to come up with ways to figure out how to get paid. Now I'm healed and I can talk about it. I want to expose niggas in my books. You did that. You participated. You ain't say for nothing. You did that. So stand on that, man. Quit trying to expose people for money. Like, what the Nah, that apartment got small. You and that dude you left for love. You let your homegirls hype you up when you was with him. You let them homegirls hype you up to tell you, girl, he treating you bad. He cheating on you. He messing with them girls. Don't let him in bed.
Bottom line is just ignorant.
Yeah.
You don't fully understand what trauma does to a person.
Yeah. It changes them.
And And I can understand the ignorance that some men and women, mostly men, talk about when it says that, oh, you got what you got in a situation, and now you trying to speak your truth. The issue is, and I'm gonna give it to you in a logical reason for the men that's out there, right? If you want to say that women are lesser than men, then why wasn't she being protected from that?
Yeah, because I'm pretty sure people were around, and then anybody who volunteered in it is just as guilty.
Yeah, and if she wasn't protected from that, then why wasn't the man that was overseeing her, which essentially is Diddy, why wasn't he protecting her from himself?
Yeah, because he didn't really love her,
right? And that's my point. Like, you have to, as men, we have to pick one direction or the other. If our entire thought process is to say that women are subservient, and that they're not capable of thinking to the level that we think, then we have to also say that women need to be protected by us.
A lot of men, they don't they don't protect women like how they should. They'll
No.
see something happening and not get in there and fix it or help to fix it.
Yeah. And okay, so when you say a lot about men being there, getting there to protect the woman,
Mm-hmm.
so I don't necessarily say that a man should protect a woman that he doesn't know. If I
Yeah,
see
but still, if you see something, you should speak up, man or woman.
speaking up is different than putting yourself on the line for her.
Sometimes you have to do that. But,
Have to is the problem.
but you'll see like an injustice and just like let it slide.
The injustice is making. Here's the real injustice.
Mm-hmm.
Making a man feel like I'm trying to teach men how to go a certain way,
Mm-hmm.
but you also being on the side of women have
Mhm.
changed us in a different direction, so we're gonna go there.
Mm-hmm.
So making if a man is supposed to speak out against an injustice, right?
Mm-hmm.
To want him to do that when you want to be a standalone adult,
Mm-hmm.
how is that possible? How can you say that you're capable of controlling everything within your lifestyle and in your life? How could you say that you want anybody to interject for you when you are trying to stand on your own?
That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying if they see an injustice. I'm not saying like, oh, you're living your life and it's going in a certain direction. Somebody needs to come and stop the train before it collides. I'm saying if you see something like something that's out of control,
Yeah.
like they're spiraling, they're drinking too much, they're about to get themselves in some type of like trouble.
Well, those
and
things
you're
that I'm
able-
saying,
you're
that,
able
those
to
things that you're
protect
saying
them from
is
that.
exactly what I'm disagreeing with. Because if you're doing all these things
Mm-hmm.
and you're wanting to follow your own path,
Mm-hmm.
how can you expect me? No, I'm not even going to say how can you expect me. If you want me to allow you to
Mhm.
follow your own path, the very fact that you want me to let you be you
Mm-hmm.
contradicts you wanting me to help you.
Okay.
Because me helping you is going against and actually impeding in your human rights to make your own choices. Because if you make your own choices, you are therefore subject to the consequences of your own choices. If I interject in the choices that you make, that means me, am protecting you from the consequences of your choices,
So
while at the same time
Okay.
allowing you to make your own choices. That's not how life works.
So you basically saying if you see something that's like harmful or something bad about to happen, if they made that choice to where it leads down that path, then so be it.
No,
That's what I'm getting from that.
what I'm saying is, if you 100%,
Mm-hmm.
if you 100% choose to make your own choices and only be held against or held to the point where you are allowed to make your own choices, then the choices have to be added with the consequences. And both of those must be true,
Mm-hmm.
or none of it can be true.
I hear what you're saying.
What do you think about it?
I mean, I still go back to the same thing. Like, how can you say that and then you see something occur and you're like, all right, that person led themselves into that, and I'm not gonna deal with it. Like, y'all tell me, like, what do y'all think? Like, seriously, what do y'all think? Because it can't be both. It has to be one or the other,
Exactly.
which is basically what you're saying.
Which one is it?
But there has to be times when you see something and you have to, like, your automatic reaction would be to react to what's going on to stop the bad thing from happening.
Right. Whose automatic reaction?
The person that sees it. The person that's in it, sometimes you can't see outside of what's going on. You at hindsight.
And that's a really big problem. That's a really big problem that we have in our community is you want to operate with 100% autonomy.
Mm-hmm.
You make your choices. You deal with life in the way that you want to deal with it, and that's great.
But it's just like driving on the road and somebody swerve. You're not gonna just keep driving. You're gonna end up swerving too but you still gonna get back on the course.
But that's only if the person is in front of you. If I'm about,
or if they're beside, even if they're beside you.
But if you're behind me, because I'm going in this direction and you're going in the same direction, but I'm driving my car, I'm driving my car with autonomy.
Yeah,
you're driving your car with autonomy. If I'm in front of you and I see you swerve behind me, I don't have a obligation to get out of the car and help you when you pull off to the side of the road, because guess what? Everybody controls their own steering wheel. But it seems like, and I honestly, look, don't shoot at me. I didn't drive this conversation in this direction, but it seems like the women want to have 100% control of how they operate. If you want to have 100% of the control of how you operate, then you should have 100% of control of how you defend how you operate.
That sounds ridiculous.
No, it's not. Why? Okay.
Because if
if
somebody needs protection and you see that, why would you not jump in there and help them? Not saying you should put yourself in danger or the line of fire to save somebody else, but if you're capable of helping that person, why not? Now it's a different thing if you're helping them and they're slapping your hand away and saying, "No, I got this. I'm fine. I don't need it." That's standing alone. But if you see somebody and they're struggling, and you're in the capacity to help, why not help?
If I tell you something in a way that you should do something and you want to operate autonomously, that's your right?
Yeah.
So if you're not willing to receive my correction, why should you receive my assistance?
Well, then don't give no assistance then. Because if you're constantly trying to be on the roads of correcting, who's correcting you? How do you know that what
a real man would be corrected by God?
Okay, how do you know that what you're being corrected by is right?
I understand everything you're saying, but my question is, if you don't want to receive my correction, why should you want to receive my assistance? Or why do you want to receive my assistance?
Don't give it then. That's all I can say.
And that's why, guess what? That's why, and that is what brings us to the point where we're at. You see what I'm saying? You see why it brings us to the point where we're at?
Because you keep driving the point of you.
I'm not driving the point. I'm just asking questions.
You keep driving the point of the man giving.
It's not about
correction.
Man. Okay,
or
let me tell you.
That's what I'm saying.
I'm going to tell you why it's not about man. You ready?
Because you just said it comes from.
Yes.
Okay, go ahead.
I'm going to give you.
Okay.
Ukraine war. Right? What is Ukraine receiving from America?
Funding.
No, not funding. Resources.
Yeah.
Ukraine is in a fight to protect themselves, and America is providing weaponry, right? If Ukraine tells America, I'm not going to accept any of your military strategies or suggestions, America is going to say, okay, you don't want to accept our military strategies and suggestions. That means we don't have to support you with finances and materials for war capabilities.
Mhm.
That makes sense, right?
Mhm.
Country to country. Now, place that same thing in man and woman. Why would you want me to give you resources and or help you fight off a person that is offending you if you don't want my resources and or critical analysis of how you should operate in your success? One and two go together, but we don't want one and two. Some people, and I believe some people, meaning women, want the resources without the suggestions of how you should operate. That don't work like that. It don't work like that in war. It don't work like that in country. It don't work like that in the entire world. But that's what she wants.
Well, I declare, this was it.
And that's why people are the way where we are. So if you want to live like Ukraine, go ahead and get Crimea annexed.
Mhm.
In what was that, 2004 or something like that? Go ahead and get Crimea annexed. And then you upset. Go ahead and get attacked. Then you upset. Now you want help.
Mhm.
You want help, or you want free support? You want free support. A lot of women want free support without the actual and all of the things that are involved in that.
I reckon.
Okay. I give another point.
Okay.
A single
You gonna try to
mother.
beat it down, huh?
If you're not, we can go back to the last episode. If you're not acknowledging that what I'm saying is actually making sense, then I'll give you another point.
If I say I reckon, that means okay. That means okay.
But then I go back to the last episode and say, are you really giving enough vocal acknowledgement that what he's saying is correct? Because if you're not, then he feels like you're not acknowledging that what we're talking about has a actual defined point.
You made valid points, and we can move on from the subject.
Okay. Then I'm not gonna talk about war no more. My bad. You ain't heard nothing on videos, did you?
No, I didn't.
You did?
I did.
What's the next on topic then? My bad. What we got next?
Next up, we got. All right. So with all the stuff circulating about Diddy,
Oh yeah.
there's some other stuff that's like coming to the surface.
Usher got blew out. Right? Talking about Usher?
Yeah.
That's-
I think it got blown out of proportion. I don't know because Usher was my first crush.
Yeah.
I just
for a
can't
lot of
I
young
can't wrap my
women
head
that age.
around Usher being on the other side
Yeah.
because there's so many things. But there's a lot of stuff circulating and they're saying like Diddy made impressionables on Usher. So
Mm-hmm.
there's an old clip that resurfaced.
Flip.
And we are going to look at this right now.
Fresh off the guard stage. That's my brother right here from day one. We used to wake up and pause, but like that's I mean, back in the days when he was like 10 and I was a little bit older, his older brother, we used to fight over the frosted flakes. You know what I'm saying? Before pause was invented. No. You know what I'm saying? But it's my brother for real. We used to actually wrestle off of the frosted flakes because he used to always get up early. Now he's one of the richest stars in the world.
Yo, what the fuck did Puff just say? Nobody's gonna acknowledge this for me. Puff just said we used to wrestle over the frosted flakes, and we're streaming live. That was stupid. Listen, that was fucking stupid.
He's having a good time, yo.
He beat it. He beat it. Oh man.
It's a lot that's gonna come to light, man.
It is.
For real.
It is. It's gonna be because there's this rumor that's going around that he's for both sides.
Yeah.
Right. So and then there's like a lot of speculation. He likes to come
That Kiki
and hug people from behind.
Yeah, but Kiki Palmer's mom.
Her mom. Yeah, that was on there
that
too.
video with her cussing out what's his name?
Mm-hmm.
Like
And
she was shouting, Usher is gay. Usher is gay.
And I mean, there wouldn't be nothing wrong with that.
It's not.
It's not. There's nothing wrong with it.
But it was
However,
the way she like Usher his
like everybody in
genre
Hollywood, everybody
is
know
to women.
Yeah, it would kind of mess up. That's like Luther Vandross.
Yeah.
He allegedly, but his whole catalog is, but it was to his lover. You know.
You think, oh, that's what the word. That's what the
word on the street is.
Okay.
But when you got talent and you market it in a certain way,
yeah,
it's hard for you to change it. But he's a man with kids and stuff like that. But nowadays, that don't even matter.
I guess love sees no color or gender, right?
Yeah, love is love. I mean,
and we'll all have to answer that one day. We're gonna find out in the end. And like stuff like that, I'd be like, you know what? I love you.
Yeah.
As a person,
Mhm.
as a child of God. And when we get there, when we see each other in the line to get into the club gate of heaven, and security start patting you down, I'm like, hey, you get in?
You gotta go that way.
I don't know.
What if you get there and it's like,
look,
you get
what
there
if
and
I
it's like
get there and
the floor just
and
come
Usher
off?
get in and I'm like, hey, tell him I was a good person.
You there and the floor just dropped from you.
Oh my goodness.
And then you just drop into
Oh, you like when you get that electronics check, like the metal detector check, and it beeps. When the metal detector beeps and you thought you ain't had nothing on you,
oh man,
and it still beep, you be like, oh my god, I don't know what. Maybe I have some extra metal in my buckle or something. Too late, bro.
Yeah,
too late. I don't know.
People got to live their life.
Who knows?
They just live your life and answer for it at the end.
Yep.
Mhm.
Just live every day like you might have to answer for it tomorrow.
Mm-hmm. Or the same day. You never know. It cut short.
Makes me feel like I might need to make some adjustments too, man. Gosh, I don't like when we get on this subject because then I would like, what did I do yesterday?
Just get hot.
Yeah,
Hey, that's
Yeah,
what
boy,
that's
right?
kind of what happened. You know, I think there's a relation to it because when you're doing something wrong and you know your body starts heating up,
Yeah,
that's your body letting you know like we're gonna be on that. We're gonna be down
hey,
there.
it's gonna get hot. It's gonna get hot. You go down this route.
It's gonna get hot.
It's gonna get hot. You go down this route. You know what? I also feel the same way too, Bo.
Yeah.
When I think about my past,
Mm-hmm.
and I start thinking mostly about like physical and criminal violations.
Mm-hmm.
When I think about that stuff, my blood starts to boil.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh, it's so hot.
Yeah. It's a precursor to
Yeah, I start thinking about that
underneath.
stuff. I get hot. I'm like, remember that time you was? I'm like, oh my god, I'm feeling a little warm. I want to start running again.
That's what it is.
Start looking-
You start getting hot and heating
Man,
up.
start looking back, see if the cops was out behind you. I gotta hit this fence at 110 10 speed.
It's the
If I don't hit
correlation
this
to
fence
it.
at 110 speed, he gonna catch me.
My heart always races like when you driving
Yeah,
and you know you ain't supposed to be doing certain things and you see the cops.
I had it. So I don't have that no more though. Like I know
Yeah.
how fast the cops
I'm
go.
reformed.
So I hit like if it's 45, I
Mhm.
hit 50 or 51. If it's 55, I hit 60 or 61. Like maybe 62.
Yeah.
You gotta play the system the right way.
I learned
look,
my lesson. I drive the speed limit. I do what I'm supposed to do. I stop at the stop sign. I put the blinkers on when I turn. I do what I am supposed to do.
No, she don't.
I do.
No, she don't. The lies she tell. Anyway,
What we got?
what's next? That was it? You want to talk about Diddy? Okay.
Diddy. All his stuff gonna come to surface, so we don't even really have to like mention it. I mean, every week it's gonna be something new that drops because once you start opening Pandora's box, everything just starts spilling out.
Yeah.
There's not gonna be no secret anymore. Everybody, yeah, something like that. Everybody's gonna be looking for a payout.
Yeah.
Cassie got hers.
Yeah.
So other people gonna be, I want mine too.
Because
I want to cut of the pie.
It only took one. It only took one for Harvey Weinstein before they was like boom,
Yep.
boom, boom.
Bill Cosby too.
Boom, 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 boom. Hey, Diddy wanted a beat? Oh, that beat coming.
Yeah,
It's
Aubrey
coming.
O'Day, she been saying some stuff.
Because oh my God, you know what I think
BTK,
about?
not
I think
BTK,
about, like,
Day 26, whatever group he had.
the way he went hard in the studio to press his artists
Mm-hmm.
to perform and get the right tone and the right expression that he wanted.
Mm-hmm.
Coming back, bro.
Yeah,
I'm trying, especially after you settled. Like you
Mhm.
settled, that means
everybody else.
everybody
wants some.
coming for their check.
Yep. That's why.
And
That's
one
why
of the
he
things-
was stressing.
Yeah,
I
you're
guarantee
gonna have to pay everybody off,
Mm-hmm.
or you're gonna have to sit out in court. And
And
when they
air
come
out
for
your
their
stuff.
check, because look how long the not Mike, that guy named Jack Sparrow.
Mm-hmm.
Jack Sparrow and his wife. I
Mm.
forgot his name, but
Oh, that. Yeah. They had a whole trial.
they had a whole trial.
Mhm.
Either he gonna pay everybody off, or you gonna find that trial somewhere.
Yeah.
You gonna have to do it.
Okay.
Cause she
Some
lost in
reasons.
she lost in England, and she hit him up in America, and she still lost. Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah.
So
Anyway,
we have next.
next thing. This is a life story thing. Okay. So I was with my son, and I was dating this woman,
Mm-hmm.
and she ended up not being able to afford to stay at the house she was renting.
Yeah.
So I helped her out. You
Mhm.
know, I was like, "Oh, you can stay with me for a couple
That was
months."
nice.
My son was there with me. I let her stay with me for a couple months, and then when she moved out, my son's birthday was like a couple weeks later.
Mhm.
So I let my son. I mean, I of course I had my son go. You know,
She had kids
do the
too?
most for his birthday. So yeah, she had kids. So when my son's mom came into town
Mhm.
in order to have for us to go to, it's like bowling alley. I gave my son a bowling ball and everything. So when she pulled up and my wife was there. I mean, not my wife, my ex-wife with my son's mom.
Mhm.
And we was going to the bowling alley. She decided to get all the way to the bowling alley and decide not to go into the bowling alley.
You felt uncomfortable.
She didn't like the way I introduced her to my ex-wife.
How'd you do it?
I introduced her to my ex-wife.
Like
It was
how,
more
like,
of a-
hey, this is
It
my.
was, but what it was
Mm.
I'm trying to make the best
Be respectful.
situation. No, I'm trying to make the best situation for my son. It's
Mhm.
his birthday.
Yeah.
So she came, and then the ex-wife came, or back and forth. I don't even remember. I think my ex-wife was there, and my girlfriend showed up, and then she
Mhm.
didn't like the way I introduced them to each other.
Which one didn't like?
My girlfriend at the time.
Okay.
And when we got to the bowling alley, she was like, here's the birthday gift, and I'm out
Mm.
with 3 of her children.
Oh.
So it was just us at the
Mhm.
bowling alley.
Oh.
Yeah.
It's okay.
And of course, for me, that was the end.
Yeah.
But the birthday thing was the issue because why is it always about the parent, the mother or the father when it comes to the child's birthday?
That's part
Pause.
hard. Yeah.
Pause.
Yeah.
And we played it.
I have a restraining order. You guys are supposed to be here. Where's the baby? Where's the baby? We're here. I have a restraining order of somebody who's here. Can you please come right now? Can you please come right now? I have a restraining. You have a warrant out for your arrest too. I'm at Chuck E. Cheese. You have a warrant out for your arrest too. I'm here with our school friends. Jones. I have a restraining order over John Jones. His name is Bijan Christian Jones.
Okay. Come on, that ain't necessary.
That's serious.
That ain't necessary.
I don't want you to see her. It's for the love of your okay, she's great. It's for your daughter.
Well,
You can leave now.
Hey, don't leave now. Everybody on the way. Why your daughter don't know me?
He needs to go clean.
She stayed with me. I'll tell you the history.
He ruined your birthday.
I'll tell you the
Which part?
All of it. So I can see both sides. I'm playing advocate.
All right.
So on one end, he knew he wasn't supposed to be there. He got a restraining order. You are aware of that. So you can go to jail if you show up to that party.
Mm-hmm.
But at the same time, it's a kid's party. It shouldn't be no ill will. Okay, we're in a public setting. If anything gets out of hand, you can call the authorities. He knows he should be staying in his place, right?
Yeah.
So the dad shows up. Hey, you can party. If it's your time to get the child, you can take them. Blase.
Yeah.
You know, you don't have to make it a whole big scene and then ruin their party.
Yeah.
Because your birthday memory lasts the whole year, and then the next year you're like, dang, my birthday last year was messed up.
Yeah.
So I don't agree with her calling the cops and all that. But then again, it depends on the situation because suppose he was like abusive or something to her. But then again, at the same time, it's not going to happen there, but you just never know. So
I think that's that, and that's how I think a lot of. I don't be trying to beat up on women. I really don't.
it could be traumatic. It
But
could
I
be
need to be
traumatic for her
truthful.
for him to
I
be
need to be
around them.
I need to be
That's
true.
why she got the restraining order.
Right. It might be and I'll preface with that. It might be traumatic for him to be there,
Mhm.
especially for the fact that she went to the process of getting a restraining order.
Yeah.
But then again, I go back to previous conversations where are you willing to die for your child?
Mhm.
Because if your child has a relationship with their father
Mhm.
and it's their birthday party and he's not there to physically assault you.
He probably would just want to taunt and just
So,
humiliate
wait.
her. Because if he know he's not supposed to be there, why is he showing up there?
So you're saying he can't actually want to be there for his child?
He can.
How?
He wants to be.
How?
You know some relationships is like that, where there's a couple there and they want so much to get back at the other parent that they put the kids in situations to where they have to show that.
So you're saying that even though the child might have and could even be, we'll say it is likely that father has a restraining order against him because he was physically abusive to his child.
Mm-hmm.
You're saying that
Physically or mentally, anything. Just, yeah.
Not his child, but his child's
yeah.
mother. My bad. Not his child, but his child's mother.
Mm-hmm.
Because that happened, because he was physically or mentally or emotionally abusive to his child's mother.
Mm-hmm.
That child, because of that, the child should not see the father on his birthday on his or her birthday.
Supervised. Some people are crazy. If you don't have your marbles together,
Mm-hmm.
and because in some I hate to put scenarios out there, but they're there for a reason.
Okay.
They happen.
So let's say in some scenarios,
Mhm.
and let's say in this scenario,
Mhm.
that father was not abusive to the child
Mhm.
and was only verbally abusive to the mother of the child.
That still affects the child though, because the child is always around. They hear. So if you verbally abusive to that mother, the child's gonna pick up on that, and it's gonna make them feel
so
a certain way.
at this point, you're automatically assuming that the man was verbally abusive to the mother in a loud tone, to which the child was able to hear it.
Yeah.
So that's what you picked up. Why?
If
no, I want to
Go
know
ahead.
why. Why are you inserting
Mhm.
that the child heard how the father talked to the mother?
Because you said verbal abuse.
Yes.
When is verbal abuse in a home or in a situation, children definitely pick up on it because they hear yelling.
Oh,
Then
no,
they start getting scared and cry.
I didn't insert yelling. So are you inserting a percentage of yelling?
You can't be verbally abusive like this.
Yes, I can.
Okay.
I can. I can look you dead in the face and be like, your life sucks. Your life sucks because of how you interact with the world.
Mhm.
Your life sucks because of how you interact with the world. And how you interact is what causes you to be completely terrible at life.
Mhm.
You can't
And
pay your bills.
You don't think.
But
I'm saying.
Yeah.
And you don't think that a child can pick up from that.
Are you saying that? So are you saying that the child receives the negative feelings off of the words or off of the yelling? Because 2 questions ago you said it was the yelling.
It's both. And you know why?
It's all.
Because
It's all.
words attached to emotions.
Okay.
And from verbal
From
abuse,
who?
you can get emotionally abused as well.
Right.
It's
Okay.
just like secondhand smoke.
So what
You're
if
still catching it? You in the room and you absorbing that stuff. It's gonna get into your system.
Okay, let's go to this point then. Fine. Let's keep playing the what if role. Okay. So, what if the woman was the one that was verbally abusive, but she filed for the restraining order first?
They have to act to what's in the best interest of the child. So if she's the one that was verbally abusive, he shouldn't be there because of course it's gonna show up, and how she talks to him while the child is around, the child shouldn't see that.
So what you're saying, if the woman is toxic,
Mhm.
if the woman is toxic, the man should not be there because the woman will respond in a negative way, and that will affect the child.
Either or.
Either or, but that's exactly what you said. You see, you said either or on that point, but everything you just said was to encourage the conclusion that the woman was toxic. You said if she's toxic, she will respond to the man in a negative way, and that will negatively affect the child.
That's the
why
same
is
thing.
why is that not a problem for the woman?
It's the same for the
No,
man.
I'm
and
not
the woman.
asking. You said if the woman.
Mm-hmm.
You said it was the woman.
Yeah.
So why are we talking about the man? Let's talk about the woman in the position. Why would you add the man? Other than you want to make it both sides.
I'm not trying to make it both sides. I said if the man is toxic
No,
or if the woman is toxic.
You started on the woman.
We started on talking about the man, and then we introduced, okay, if that's a scenario.
No, you introduced it. Not we. There was no we in that. You introduced the woman.
You said that if we change the scenario and put a woman in the situation to where she's the one that's toxic, then how would that play out? And I said, if the woman is toxic, then the man shouldn't be around anyway because
You're right. I did introduce that as a woman.
yeah.
But so what you're saying is, and that was what really got me up. What really got me wanting to ask if. So you're saying if the woman is toxic,
Yeah.
the man should still have to leave.
If there are two people that don't get along, that cannot that cannot get along for the sake of their child, yes, the best is we have to act in the best interest of the child. If it's not in the best interest of the child to see their two parents bickering and being negative and stuff to each other, because we want to grow our children in a loving environment. We don't want to show them no toxicity. We don't want to show them no ill will.
Right.
We don't want to show them that we hate the other parent. We want to show them love. So if that can be shown within that circle, then yes, sometimes the circle has to break up. Dad can go, they can party half a day, or they can come get them before or after. But if they can't get along in that situation or in that scenario, it has to be broken up.
So you're saying, and that and what you're giving an example to, what you're giving an example to as to on a child's birthday, a mother who has most of the custodial rights, she is at an event with her child for his or her birthday, and the man shows up because she has decided that they can't work well together, and because she will cause conflict within the situation, the man is responsible to leaving the area for the betterment of what you say is the child. So what you're saying is, because the woman is not able to control herself, the man should leave. Further alienating the child that the purpose of the whole entire event should have been for. Is that what you're saying? That's what you're agreeing with?
That's what you're saying. I'm not agreeing with that.
So what are you saying? Because it sounded like you were saying that. I mean, if I run the tape back, it literally says that you said that she can't deal with it, so he should leave.
I said neither one of them can deal with it. If both parties,
that's not what you said. That's not what you said, Trish. Okay. That's not what you said. You said that she can't deal with it, and therefore he should leave.
You can't cherry pick and put it into your conversation.
I'm not cherry picking. I'm saying what you said. I'm saying what you said. You said.
But if you perceive it that way, then okay. Well, I'm saying
what I perceive.
If it was me in the situation, I wouldn't care. The dad shows up, cool.
I'm not talking about that. So now you want to put yourself into a situation when we're talking about this whole situation of the man and the woman and the child.
Because we're talking about scenarios. What most likely took part. Right?
The most most likely was she didn't want him to be there, and therefore she wanted him to leave. She wasn't considering the child.
As a man, you're always always putting it on the women, like, oh, women get most rights from the children. So if doesn't want him there, he can't be there. Men don't have rights. Men does have rights.
Okay.
But it's a party that she's thrown for the child. Did dad contribute to it? Nobody knows.
So
what I'm saying is that
go for it.
Okay.
Go.
If that is a scenario and the situation, and the dad is not supposed to be there because of whatever volatile situation that led to the restraining order, it should be respected. Point blank.
So, what part of that restraining order actually was beneficial for the child?
But none of that stuff that occurred to make the restraining order transpire to protect the well-being of the child.
What if this restraining order was on false claims that the man was causing something that required her to have the restraining order.
When you go to get a restraining order, even if it's on false claims, they have to investigate that to see if it's true. If it's not true, then the court will throw it out and they won't give you the restraining order.
How do they prove that that was true?
In a court of law. You can't lie.
In what court of
you
law?
can't lie.
If she says this happened, he says
Now, she
that
had
didn't
proof of it.
He says that didn't happen. How does the court of law normally say, or how do they normally judge on that situation?
They would throw it out.
That's a lie.
They would throw it out.
Cap.
If you don't have substantial evidence to support your claim, it gets thrown out.
Yeah.
It's thrown out. You can't always place it on the female.
It's cap. No. Because here's the problem.
Mm-hmm.
What you're saying is, and this is what we always get to. Women only want women to win, and they will change their communication in order to fit women winning.
And men do the same thing. Same thing.
Who does it work best for?
It's in the best interest of whatever sex you argue for.
Okay. Based off of your knowledge, who does it work best to benefit?
In what scenario? What situation?
In every scenario that we say that we understand in this social lifestyle that we have of man and woman, women's accomplishments,
women are
deficits.
definitely overpowering men, and that's because, just like you said, a lot of them lack emotional intelligence. So.
And women are always having the judgment calls for a situation, right?
Mm-hmm.
So, if women are always having a judgment calls for a situation, who is responsible for the outcome of the children in this society that we live in? If you say it depends, if you say it is, if you say anything that is the same, like, bro, you literally just said all these step by steps, and you say something that only pushes away from women accepting the role in the process that happens, then you're literally doing it only for the sake of women. Say it. Go ahead. Go for it.
Proceed.
That's not nothing. I asked the question.
What question did you ask?
I said, if women are choosing the institutions with which the child is living, and they have the most control, and the situation in which our community is in is not performing for the betterment of our community, who is controlling that?
So you want to blame women for everything?
No, see there? No, I'm good. Hey, let's go to the next topic. Let's go. Because we can go through all this, and the problem is, you're not going to say the truth if it does not benefit the women.
Okay, then let men stop leaving the household and screwing things up.
And that's in here too.
Okay.
But why are the men leaving the household? Why?
You tell me.
No, I want to know what you think.
People just don't get along no more. They don't know how to.
No, men and women have never gotten along
because they don't know how to have the conversations.
But here's the thing:
and the intellectual, cognitive abilities to get over a situation without somebody saying, "I have to win." It's always I have to win. It's never a compromise. It's never all right, let's sit down and really figure this out.
Okay. So since biblical times,
men have always been in the lead.
Even after Moses in the laws said that you can file for divorce by paper.
Mm-hmm.
And then Christ said, man, that's because man's heart is wicked, meaning mankind, not man and woman. Why are divorces happening? What do you think?
Because, just like you said, men's heart is wicked. This world is chaotic.
I'm not asking what I said. I'm asking what you think.
This it's chaotic. It doesn't work anymore because, like I said, people don't know how to sit down and figure it out together.
Because I would say that it's because when I try to negotiate or communicate what's going on, the woman will automatically defer to a point that is most beneficial for her, being Captain or Captain Marvel. It's a default setting.
Yeah. It's like men have to save the world, but
Captain Marvel is the woman.
no, but I'm saying it's like men have to save the world, but it's really a woman that's standing in front of them.
Is she saving the world?
Yeah.
Is she saving the world? How? When all of these black men,
The reference points.
if all
I
of these
guess.
black men are not being men that women desire and men that are progressing our community, how is the black woman saving the world by producing unsuccessful black men?
It takes a unit.
See, and that's what it said. That's what I'm
takes a
saying.
unit.
If the woman is in charge, how does it take a unit? If the woman does not want to create a unit,
But that's what I'm saying. That's what it looks like.
I know. But what you say? Okay, go for it.
Nowadays, what it looks like is the man is supposed to be, like how you have the world and it's on your shoulder and you taking it off. Somebody got to be there taking a picture. So it always looks like, even though the man has the world on his shoulders,
most of those pictures were drawn. There was no real man with the world and soldiers on the shoulders. So you're saying that you got caught.
I was trying to
you
make
got
a
caught.
reference point,
But that's not true.
Gosh.
You're trying to make a reference point for somebody that's not there
Inference point.
taking a picture. Inference. It's not happening. What you're saying, I want some truth, Trish. Honestly, I want truth. I want you to say the truth without consistently only playing to the side of the woman, because that's not what's actually happening.
Okay. So how I take from what you say is like the world is in shambles because of the women. And that is because of a lot of single parent households where women are raising the children, but women aren't raising the children good enough. And they're not raising the children good enough because the man isn't in the household.
Yes.
And when the man is in the household, things run better. But if it was on the tip-turvy side where the man was in control and running the household, and things would run a lot smoother, and the children would be raised better if they were doing it on their own.
Yes, but if statistics say things that way, the problem is, you know what? I'm not finna beat up women. You want me to beat up women? That I feel like but I'm saying when you stick to a point that will not actually make anything valid, it's you want somebody.
I just made your point.
Me to build up I know, but you want me to build up the woman. I mean, to beat up on the women. And
it's men too. It's the men that's leaving the household.
And we will get to that in a second. I'm gonna tell you.
What I didn't like about the video is that it was made public. These issues should have been handled behind closed doors. Whatever you felt during that moment.
I took the video down immediately, and then someone snatched it and put it back up.
So. Probably me. I'm one of them, and I guess we all contribute to this somehow, because we will post them up there. Now you have to deal with it, and that's what's happening right now. You're dealing with it, and he has to publicly deal with it. When he tried to talk to you about it, this conversation should have been in the home, but you went public. Why? Why did you say, I want to reveal to the whole world, not just my husband being upset and angry? He's a 6'10" black man. So I'm not only just going to show him being angry. I want the world to know about our issue. And now when the world wants to know about it, it's like you're upset about it. You don't want to talk about it, but you brought this to the world because at that moment you felt like you were right in what you did. Now the world's saying you're wrong, and it's not looking like you thought it would look. They're actually more so understanding what Joe's going through.
Well, then someone needs to help him then. Shaq, can you get a Papa John's?
Wow. Okay. Kiss, that was wrong. Joe.
Yeah, I'm out, y'all.
Joe.
I'm out, y'all.
Kiss.
What was wrong about that?
All right, so if you're saying it help should come from anybody outside of your husband, that is saying that you don't trust him. It's saying that you don't believe in him anymore. So he's your provider. If you trust him in that, and if when he's not the provider, you as the wife is his helpmeet. So when he's not the provider, you help to. He hunts, you have the garden. When he can't hunt, he gets injured. Y'all have the garden, right?
Right.
Of course, it ain't as plentiful just to eat off the garden.
Always injured, Kevin.
But that's still the man you married. So if you want, that's still the man you married.
Kevin, I think you should probably go find your friend and talk to him because he needs counseling. He needs to become the man that you are.
Both need that,
because
love.
you have several.
Right. Got him to walk away because
she emasculated him.
Yeah. She also got him to walk away.
Hold on. All right, get ourselves together here. You asked the question. Why did he walk off?
I know why he walked off.
So you do
He
understand
does all the time.
Well, do you say things like that all the time?
When shit gets rough and he don't have an answer, he walks off.
Okay, so make a deal with me, Kiss, okay? Kiss is asking that I counsel Joe. I would love to. I would only if I could counsel you and him as a relationship goes. I want to be able to.
Think about it. You can talk to him first.
That's what happened. What she said is the key point. And that's my issue that I have with men. My issue that I have with men is stop getting up and walking away.
Yeah.
Because you and I can have discord back and forth. But like I said before, if we going around in circles, you said it before plenty of times.
Yeah.
We're arguing in circles. Yes. We're going to argue in circles until you get your point across and I get my point across and we understand each other.
And reach a resolution.
You can't go to the next circle until you finish this circle. But men, this is what's happened. And I think part of it is like, part of the reason why men will get up and walk away is as ancestral, because we through our bloodline grew up having to not deal with the fact that our children and our wives got snatched away from us. And then it moved on to the point where if this woman is going to cause me so much strife, it is easier for me to just walk away. And the other part is that I have to walk away because she's gonna stay the way she is. So what do? Do I live a life of consistent domestic violence because I can't communicate with her and she can't communicate with me? Or do I get up and leave? There's a big thing that we want to say, that Big Daddy and Daddy and great great granddaddy got up and left. But what is he supposed to just stay while he can never actually get great grandma or grandma to understand what he's saying? I say yes. Stay, bro. That's your job. And if it happened, if you got pissed off by that, okay. Yes, it's your job. Stay.
Stay and figure it out.
Stay and figure it out. Even if she don't understand you tomorrow, go to bed, wake up talking about it again. And that's where I was talking about with the circles. Run that mug in circles. Give me the Indy 500. Indy 500, that thing. But what we have to do as men, when she feels like we're going in circles around the same conversation, you know what? Run it. Run it. We're going to keep talking about this thing till we figure it out. But I'm not going to stop talking and I ain't finna leave. Run it. You want to do Indy 500? Okay. Give me 500 miles. Let's go. Run that thing. That's the way we're supposed to do. That's what.
Wait.
That's how men.
I have to interrupt.
Okay.
The healthy thing to do is not go in circles.
I disagree.
Sometimes you walk away a little bit to recollect yourself, but you come back.
Yes. That's the same thing we say. When we leave and come back, you have told me directly. We keep arguing about the same thing. Does the argument stop? Yes. But does the argument start back up?
Yeah.
Yes.
You get new points.
And exactly. The Indy 500 gonna keep going. And it's gonna go for the rest of our lives because hopefully not the rest of our lives. That would suck.
That would be awful.
But until we get to a point on that actual specific note, then yes, Indy 500 keeps going until we can figure that point out. Too many times, the man will want to leave. Also, too many times, the woman will want to file for divorce.
Yeah,
the man will leave. The man will leave. The woman will file for divorce. Because
it's
we're going in
both
circles.
exit strategies.
Yeah.
Both parties trying to.
But if you look at the last video, you'll understand that. I keep talking in circles until I can get you to understand that point, that one point that I made was a valid point.
Yeah.
And if she keeps trying to skip that point, we always end up in circles. Do not pass go. Do not collect $200. Go back to that point where we were still trying to figure it out. That you keep trying to skip. As long as you keep trying to skip that one point that I was trying to get you to understand, I'm gonna keep going back in circles. I have to, because that one point is what progresses us. But if you never get that one point, we can't go to the next level. It's in every level. I'm like standards, elementary standards, high school standards, college standards. Elementary will want kids to go through different exams from 3 and on up. 3, I think it's like 3 to 7, 3, 7, or 3, 8. Each level wants a child to be able to operate at a certain level. If we keep going in a circle and we keep getting stuck at the same part, yes, we have to continue that circle until we are able to accomplish the understanding at that circle before we can move forward.
Yeah.
And if you don't move forward, then you stay stuck in that until one person or the other gives up. I'm just saying. So
That's why I said like this.
yeah.
But if you reached this far, we thank you for watching.
Thank you.
That was a good episode. We almost got into a little.
I can dodge the weed.
But I'm trying to argue the point so I can argue from different scenarios. But most of the time, we end up on the same page as a couple. However, if you reach this far, we thank you for watching. Please remember to like, comment, share, and subscribe. I'm your girl Trish.
I'm your boy, Mr. Define.
And we are
Black Press.
Please like, comment, share, and subscribe.